It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast 248 to be exact, as we approach season 4. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Lydell Dinero. Time for another epic episode of the Best of Bias Podcast, starring yours truly. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? This episode's a little later in the week. Hey, I didn't drop this weekend or past like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, sometimes, a lot of things going on in the world. Your boy has to take a step back and slow down a little bit, let y'all consume the content, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I just want you guys to be able to appreciate, I know you guys always do, the stuff that I put out and not try to overwork myself to the point where I'm just throwing too much shit at you guys at once for you to consume. Check out the new posts on Instagram, Best of Bias, and the regular page at Lydell_Dinero, SAC_Lydell to be exact. But yeah, we out here. We got the content, we getting it, pushing it out. It's just that we do need to get it to more people. So if you have friends that need a podcast to listen to, you know me, you want to support the pod, the Best of Bias Podcast, go ahead and pass it along. Like, share, pass that YouTube, aka working hard every week to get the videos out. I see the love every week and I appreciate it. I just want to make sure that I'm not overloading y'all. You know what I mean? I just want to be sure that I'm giving you guys what you want, and be sure to give critiques, man. Every platform you can find us at has a place where you can comment, give me pointers, let me know what you want me to talk about, because if you want to be on the pod, of course, because a lot of the times I'm talking, just ranting about, stuff of my bias from the last couple of weeks in pop culture and sports and shit like that. But hey, if you got some critiques or just wanted to, feel like you can add anything to the pod, information, being on the pod, so go ahead and let me know. But anyways, episode 248, without further ado, hope everybody's doing good. It is probably the start of the next week. Hopefully the weekend was good. Hopefully you were able to enjoy your Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody out there. Hope you were able to get some time off to appreciate us, you know what I'm saying, us colored folk, us black people, just to celebrate freedom in a time where it seems so likely that a lot of our freedoms are going to be taken away. I don't know. I don't want to get morbid, but there's a lot of stuff on the sphere. I don't get into politics, you guys know that, but we're on the brink of something big here. Some current events just kind of happened, which I'll get into a little bit later. But again, before I mess up your mental health, hope everybody's mental health is doing good today. Hope everybody's feeling well, was able to be loved on in some kind of way. Hopefully you won in some video games, won a couple bets out there, saying your sports teams won, something like that. Whatever gives you that what is that euphoria that you need to get you through the week and get this next week started. I hope that happened for you. Today we're gonna talk a little shit, man. We got basketball, some NFL's revving up, pop culture wise. I didn't talk about the Carter 6. How can you guys not let me talk about the Carter 6? I'll talk about everybody else's albums, but the GOAT dropped and I didn't really talk much about it. I kind of stayed away from it because some people may not like my critique, but if you know who I am, my critique is, I shouldn't have to give any precursors. I'm gonna give my bias and I'm gonna stand on that shit. But what else we got in here? Love Island, man. I have to admit, I had fallen a spell. Love Island, man. It's right up my alley at first. Thank you, V-Rounds, for putting me on. Because at first I was just thinking it's one of these other reality shows, bachelor ass, fake shows. Not saying this is not fake, but it's a little more up my alley as far as action and relevance and it's been on the Real World. You know how big I am on the Real World, and that kind of went away from being the Real World and just became more so the challenge and less of the relationship and hooking up stuff that we got when we blended both in the challenge and Real World. But this Love Island, man, it's some cool stuff, man. Though you may think it's only for the ladies or only for the LGBT community, nah, man. If you get into it, there's a lot of straight dudes, a lot of boyfriends out there watching the show now, tuning in because their girls watching. You know how we like to do, like to watch over our girl's shoulder when she's watching something, talk shit about it at first, and then we slowly get reeled in. slowly get reeled in, slowly get invested. This is one of those shows for me, man. And it's fucking daily. Actually, I'll get in there. Why am I getting into the crux of the pod right now? But this is supposed to be the intro. But I hope you guys are ready, because as you can see, we got a lot of shit to talk about. Cinema Corner, and I saw 28 Years Later, so I'll be talking about that, maybe some shows, and just the state of cinema coming out this summer. A lot of shit's coming out this summer. Cinema is back. Hopefully, if you guys are people that go to the movies a lot, it's a lot of stuff to see in the coming weeks, all successive too. So I'll review some movies, talk about that, and get you guys out of here without too long of a pod. How about that? How does that sound? Sound good? Let's get right to it. So NBA Finals. I say this every pod. I'm following it, but very loosely. But I would be remiss as a podcaster and somebody that pods about sports if I didn't talk about the NBA Finals. Though Love Island's going on, that's the common joke right now. But it's tied 3-3, man. Last time we talked, it was 3-2 OKC going to Indianapolis, and I thought that OKC was just going to put their foot on the gas in Indianapolis and probably just win the finals there. No, they had otherwise. We're going to see our first Game 7 since 2016 in the finals. Tyrese Halliburton was supposed to have a hamstring or calf strain. I think it was a calf strain. And he was kind of doubtful to play at first, but after, as the game got closer, because I don't know why they're putting so many days space in these finals games. When we were playing regular playoff games, we can get no breaks for shit. But now in the finals game, with only one game on TV, y'all want to wait 3 days in between games. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, we thought Tyrese Halliburton was not going to be able to play in Game 6. We thought OKC was just going to be able to do their thing and just take it over and win their first championship and just talk all the shit they wanted and all the shit that everybody predicted was going to come true. But no, it seems like the Pacers had another plan. They're able to blow out the OKC Thunder at home. The game was never really close. So I don't know what I was doing. I wasn't really watching that closely, but SG had a pretty bad game shooting. Um, you know, Pacers were playing ahead. They had a 30-point lead at one part of the game, so they were playing with the lead the whole game and kind of not just playing keep away from the OKC to make sure they didn't come back and steal the game. But we are going to see a Game 7, man. Halliburton looking like the hero. Indiana right now is on fire. I'll talk a little bit about the WNBA in a second, the W. But it's cool, man. Again, it's good seeing teams that aren't loaded with superstars being able to come out and do what they're doing. We'll have something to say if SGA loses this series about his MVP run, if he does lose this game. After winning the MVP, he was on a fast track to be the guy, you know what I mean? To be the heralded MVP, finals MVP, scoring champ, all that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. He might ultimately still pull it off because you know how I've been judging this series. I thought once the Pacers went up 2-1, I thought they was going to steal it and go up 3-1 and just take it home. But then when OKC won that game to tie it 2-2, just like they did against us, and then went up the next game to go up 3-2. I thought it was going to be like a result of the same thing. They're going to come over to Indianapolis and win it and just close it out there. But to my surprise, Indianapolis, why do you keep calling them that? Indiana. Wow, that's kicking my ass. It's putting up a fight. They're not ready to go home. They're trying to bring their first finals to the franchise. And it's exciting to see, man. For the cities, it's really exciting. Take grasp of it now because once it's gone, it's gone. I mean, we talk about culture right now, people having short, attention spans. It's like whenever you win a championship in your, prospective league, right after it's over, after your parade, everybody forgets about it in this next season. The defending champ shit don't mean nothing the next season when it starts. Okay, you're defending champ, but you're not the champion right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, in my eyes, anyways. And wow, what's this on my beard? Y'all didn't tell me I had some shit on my. And this is backwards, so I can't pinpoint it. Got it. After it's over, Buccaneers won, 2020. You know what I'm saying? After the parade was over, it was back to the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a damn about the Buccaneers winning the championship. What was it? 2021, I believe. I think 2021 was, yeah. The Braves win. Year after that, nobody gives a fuck. It's all about the Dodgers again. NBA, Nuggets win a championship in 2023. The year after, Celtics win. Nobody even cares about the Nuggets. And this shit didn't even happen. So, again, take grasp of it now. Make your imprint now, because whatever you do in this finals, be Siakam, be Nembhard, be Naismith, you're making a name for yourself in this finals. People are putting eyes on you. This is how you make your money. Though you may not be heralded as one of the best teams ever, best players ever by winning this championship, just take a hold of that. Not everybody wins the championship, especially with this new apron shit. And players bouncing around so much. If you guys didn't hear, KD got traded to Houston today. Whenever you listen to this, he's there now. Got traded for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, like 4 or 5 second round picks, the number 10 pick in this draft, and for Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant is now on Houston, joining Amen Thompson, Shangoon, Jabari Smith, who else they got out there? Fred VanVleet. The bench was already kind of loaded. Terry Eason. Now we'll probably see, what's his name, the rookie with the dreads, that not the dreads, the braids, that always be taking hella shots when he come off the bench. I like him. I wanted him to get traded to the Nuggets, but we'll see what happens, man. Again, Game 7, it's gonna be really exciting to see who gets their first championships and gets to drop that banner. Again, it's just, I don't know. A lot of people aren't really watching. People say you're not a basketball guy if you don't, or a girl fan, if you don't watch the finals just because it's OKC and Indiana. It should be more exciting because it's really about the fundamentals and not the superstars. Nah, man. Nah, man. When the run for OKC was a lot of players getting hurt on opposing teams, and then on the East you have the Pacers upsetting teams that they shouldn't be upsetting. People are kind of disappointed by what they're seeing in the finals. I know that's kind of petty. I know, I mean, like, Indiana Fever be running it up for Caitlin Clark, so hopefully they're just running up the viewership for the finals as well. And OKC, man, they got SGA, man, and though people are not really fond of his game and how he baits for fouls, it's effective. He's a mid-range guy. I will give him that. Mid-range, he's nasty. I don't know what that reporter was talking about, that radio guy talking about he had no bag. He has a bag, though it may involve foul baiting a lot. His mid-range bag is pretty deep. He keeps people off balance on the three-point line because they don't know where he's going to go. His first step is hella quick, and he can adjust really good at the rim after he gets fouled. He's really good at, I wouldn't say necessarily flopping, but after he gets contact, he's really good at turning his body and being able to get the ball up and get the ball in, anticipating the foul coming. So shout out them. I don't really have a prediction, to be honest. I just don't want OKC to win. The Pacers winning wouldn't be as bad because they put all these expectations on this young OKC team and give them all these accolades and stuff. And I still think 2 years in, I don't think they're ready for all that. It's gonna take some time. It took, like I said, like I always say, it took the Nuggets a while with this core to win a championship. So yeah, easy bake. I don't know. I don't like that. It may have worked in the 2000s, but in the late 20s, the early 2020s, but now I don't know. Y'all need a little bit of time together and go through those growing pains. And the Pacers have already done that. And OKC has a little bit, but I don't know. No, I don't know. But yeah, you heard about KD. I don't know if I reported Desmond Bane also getting traded over to Orlando from Memphis. I don't really remember who Memphis got back. Who did Memphis get back? Nobody really important. It's the whole. I think they traded 5 first-round picks, which is crazy when you just saw KD go for second-round picks. And I mean, Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks are good, but 5 first-round picks for Desmond Bane is crazy work. I think KCP went over to Memphis along with another player. I forgot who exactly it was. But the NBA is shaking and moving right now. Trying to still held lines away from the NBA Finals, and the NBA draft is coming up too. So we'll see Cooper Flag get drafted by the Mavericks, and whoever goes second. Ace Bailey's been making a lot of waves in the NBA news right now for not participating or going to any workouts or canceling workouts and shit like that. I don't know if he didn't go to any. I don't know. That might be overhyping it. But he's presumably supposed to be going to Philadelphia, and he wants Philadelphia to draft him. He don't want to work out for nobody else, just assuming Philadelphia is going to draft him. So hopefully he's wrong. Me personally, it's another year where I don't know many people that are getting drafted. It's either some young guys that played 1 year, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Cooper Flag, or it's probably a lot of overseas guys again. But hey, power to them, and we'll see what happens. Some more free agency news in NFL. Jair Alexander goes to the Ravens. I don't know why they just keep letting the Ravens do whatever the fuck they want, just grab every free agent they want. They got Derrick Henry for the low. Then they get DeAndre Hopkins, and then they get fucking uh well, DeAndre Hopkins is kind of washed. I wouldn't say washed. It's kind of the twilight of his career. I said my bad, D-Hop. I didn't mean to say washed. That was fucked up with me. Uh, but they got Odell back in the day. It's like whoever they want, whoever wants to try out and just play on the team for a little bit and just see what they got left. The Ravens are willing to do that. And me personally, I want to know why the Bucks ain't ever doing that. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's still out there. Zaire Alexander was out there. They signed him for a 1 year deal for like $4 million. What? Like, come on. Now we need that back in DB. Everybody needs them back in DB players, especially if people go down. It's a receivers league nowadays, even though the running back is making its comeback. But D line and linebackers and shit like that, and some in box safeties got that. But those four wides and tight ends are able to catch and shit now. You're gonna need all the DBs you can get, especially ones that are known for making plays. Though he's been hurt a lot, which made him available now and for the low. Uh, just adding that experience to a Marlon Humphreys, Kyle Hamilton, and they just got Malachi Starks, their first round pick from Georgia, who's supposed to be raw. So if they can't do it this year with all the help they got, Lamar, they're gonna have some talks about you. But I believe in them. At least get to the Super Bowl and play the Buccaneers in it. How about that? How about that? Let's see. WNBA. Talk a little about Sabrina. She hooping this year. It was a little bit last week, but she had back-to-back 34-point games. The Liberty are looking to go back-to-back, man. My WNBA loyalties stand with Sabrina Ionescu, but I am a very big fan of the new Valkyries team out there in the Bay. Ball Holla. So I may not show it often because Sabrina's not there yet, but it's in the Western Conference, so I do support y'all out there. So don't get me twisted. And Sabrina's from the Bay, I'm from the Bay. If she ever was to end up on the Valkyries, it'll be less Liberty talk from this side. But while she is over on Liberty winning championships and going for back to back and balling out, it doesn't look like New York's gonna be trying to let her go that too much soon. I think Stewie will go ahead and retire before what I'm saying, before Sabrina leaves New York. Them two together kind of just makes it OP having those two superstars together, especially when Jonquel Jones is healthy. She's hurt right now. She's dealing with ankle issues. She came back after missing about 3 or 4 games, hurt her ankle again. You know what I mean? And Liberty were on like a 9-game winning streak. I think they lost to the Fever for their first game without Jonquel Jones, without Phoebish practicing out there for the Euro Cup away from the team. But you would think, what I'm saying, your team is undefeated and right now 10-2, I want to say, maybe. Yeah, 10-2. They lost recently. I forgot what they lost to. They lost to the Fever and they just lost. I think she lost to the Mercury. Mercury is actually not. Yeah, Mercury's looking nasty this year. Still got Kalia Cooper. They got Alyssa Thomas over there now with Satu Sabali. You know how I feel about Satu out there hooping. I think they're 9-4 right now, balling out there in the West. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be one of the teams to beat out there in the West besides Nefesta Collier and the Minnesota Lynx. But yeah, it's looking good for Sabrina. She's hooping. The addition of Natasha Cloud is helping take the ball out of her hands and helping her move it out the ball, get to her spots, and get to the rim easier. But with Jonquel Jones hurt and other players out that are actually primary ball handlers, Brianna Stewart has had her shot be off and on. Um, so it's going to take a little work for them to actually get into full form, but it looks good so far. And if Jonquel Jones can get Jonquel Jones, JJ, I'm gonna call her, can get her ankles right, they'll be that unstoppable force. Get healthy Benaja. That's my girl, Benaja Laney Hamilton. Hurt her knee and unrivaled, but I don't know if she's gonna be playing this season. She might be out for the whole season. But Kennedy Burke, Young Sabali, who else? Who else has to turn it up? Who else has to turn it up? Johannan out there shooting threes off the one leg, has to put it all together and make that run and show the league that you guys are ready to go back to back and you have the talent to do it, even with JJ on the mend. Caitlin Clark, with her being back, all the news is gonna be on Caitlin anyways. She's balling, man. It's just kind of overwhelming. I know we talk a lot about LeBron in the NBA, but I don't think it has been as overwhelming as it is with Caitlin. Their team is 6-7 right now. She missed 5 games, and when she comes back and starts making a couple of threes, they compare her to ladies that have been hooping in that stretch that she's been out. Oh, her 3-point percentage is better than everybody else as well. If she's taken less threes and made more of them since everybody else has been playing for this time that she's been out, for 5 games she's missed, yeah, it's going to be skewed to her being on the top of that percentage list. You know what I mean? They don't really give anybody else a chance to be great. It's about the Fever and nobody else. So it's kind of getting irritating to me. This isn't a Angel Reese Kate, because I still think Angel Reese needs to get better, and she's doing so. I know, again, I like to say a lot of the media is being negative. That could be a positive impact, making her work harder. Maybe she's able to tone it all out. But I personally think it's stunting her growth because she lets it get to her a little too much, and she's not going to beat the internet. You know what I mean? Just work on that offensive game. Your rebounds are there. The defense is getting there. You're passing the ball more, finding people open. That as long as you're getting rebounds and making an effect there, your team's going to get extra possessions, and that's going to help your team win. You know what I mean? So that's all good. Asia Wilson, she has been getting a little bit more of the spotlight, but actually, no. I mean, even when she won MVP last year, there was all the talk about Caitlin being excluded from the Olympic team, and Caitlin about the All-Star game, and there's a lot of shade kind of overshadowing the stuff that Asia does. Again, you already know how I feel about Sabrina. When Sabrina came into the league, she was supposed to be up next. She was supposed to get the praise that Caitlin is getting. But I guess Iowa and Indiana have more popularity and more viewing power than anybody from the West, and Oregon or the Bay Area where she's from. We didn't back her enough to get her put on the pedestal that Caitlin is now. But um, you know, I don't know. I don't want to sound like a hater, but it's just kind of like it's crazy. It's crazy because in everybody else's eyes, Caitlin can do no wrong. She's a hooper. She can shoot. She can pass. I just wish she had more of a cross, to get to her spots. That'll make her unstoppable. That's what makes Juju unstoppable. That's what makes Juju unstoppable. She has a handle. She can get to her spots. She can shoot over people. She doesn't need the push off necessarily. You know what I mean? She plays defense. You know what I mean? Caitlin plays defense too. Don't get me wrong. It's just parts of Caitlin's game aren't all the way rounded to be comparing her to Michael Jordan as far as impact. I mean, I guess impact on the W, I guess you can say she has a really big impact because nobody's seen this before. The viewership and the money that's going to be starting to flow in. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it started before that. I feel like people just didn't get behind it like they should have. I don't know, because Caitlyn doesn't really seem the most marketable. She's very stoic. She's not very nice on the court. She's a feisty competitor. She's good. It looks nice. But hey, I don't know. I don't know. Shout out everybody else in the W though, holding it down. I know it's tough out there with these crazy fans, but yeah. All-star voting for the starting five for the Fever, top 10 when they're 6-7. I get Kelsey Mitchell, but Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham, they're putting them in the All-Star game just for defending Caitlin Clark when she most of the time starts these fights by talking shit and pushing people and trying to run away. I know players go after her and sometimes they can get a ref. Let the refs do their job. They see it. We all see it. You know what I'm saying? But when you agitate stuff and then try to run away like the instigator, and then Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull go out there and just kind of like put their hands on people and be a somewhat of enforcers for you, their popularity goes through the roof. It is nutty, man. It is nutty, man. For Paige Becker to be overlooked, what she's doing right now, and her rookie year, Paige won the national championship. Paige, it is crazy. Kaylee didn't win a national championship. You know what I mean? And Paige is already on her heels. I'm telling you, wait till Juju gets healthy and gets in the league, man. Let Caitlyn grow organically. And shout out to the Mercury, man, because they're doing things. Alyssa Thomas with Satu putting up shots. And if Kalia can come back and do her thing too, that team is nice. That team is nice. Oh, what we got next? And Valkyrie, I shot them out. 6-6 start. 6-6 now, I think, yeah. After beating Caitlin Clark at home, you know what I'm saying? There's at home, held it down at Valhalla, seeing Caitlin Clark packing. I sound like a hater now. That's fucked up. But yeah, they're doing great. One of the best records for an expansion team out the gate. Coach is doing a great job. Once they get more hoopers and they're able to do things in the draft next year and maybe make some trades, they're gonna be nice, man. And the crowd's amazing. My great aunt, excuse me, has season tickets. My cousin works out there for them too, so it's looking good out there for him, and it's a really good reception. More, the Bay Area is behind them, and I think they're going to be in good hands for a while now, and for days to come. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The colors are amazing. Jerseys just to get a little bit better, space them out a little bit, make that logo bigger. I know you got to have the sponsorships all over the bitch, but come on, space it out a little bit. I'm trying to get me a jersey. You know what I mean? Hopefully, we can see a Liberty Valkyrie championship one day. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to Valkyrie. You guys are doing great. I love how you guys are incorporating the city in the Bay Area and making everybody feel like you guys got some shit going. Everybody's behind it, and let's get it. I don't know you guys' chance yet. I need to get to a game. I'm going to the game, the Liberty game on September 2nd. If you guys want to pull up, holla at me. I'll be there, repping. But yeah. And then Best of Bias Fantasy League, before we get into this pop culture stuff, we will be streaming it live on Twitch this year. So if you want to tune into the live draft with all the homies that will be there. So I'm going to be via Skype, old school, via Zoom or whatever as well. We'll be streaming the whole thing there. So watch out for that link. Everybody tune in if you guys want to take some notes for your draft, see how it's going, see how the homies, see me pick my championship team for this year, explain some rules. You know what I'm saying? This is for the people, just in case y'all want to, take some notes from how I did my league to bring to your league rules. There's going to be a trophy presentation. Derek gets the championship belt. I'm giving Sean getting the toilet trophy and his last place punishment. There's going to be a lot going on. A lot of the guys that I would try to get on the pod to talk that don't be getting on the pod, you'll see them in person on there. So be ready for that. Not too much talking on that because we got a little bit before fantasy football and actually football starts, but be ready for it for sure. Now, what we came here for, and what's taking America by storm, aka get ready to clip this up because this is what we're going to talk about today. Love Island USA Season 7. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys out there like, Love Island, bruh. I hear everybody talk about Love Island and you really gonna be talking about you watching Love Island. I'm like, yeah. They got me. They got me. I know it's for the ladies. Yeah, I know that. I know. But I dabble. Let me tell you, Peacock, you got something. You got something going, bruh. If you are a Real World fan, if you're a Bachelor fan, if you're a reality TV fan, if you're a fan of love, if you're a fan of comedy, if you're a fan of just a shit show altogether, party of a time, Love Island US. It's definitely a group watch. Find somebody to watch it with. A lot of people watch it with their girls, their significant other. You know what I'm saying? But it's for everybody now. If you're on social media right now, you probably can't go one reel without hearing about Ace, hearing about Hudda and her baby, hearing about Jeremiah. Put some pictures up here, okay, if you can. Hearing about Austin, hearing about Nick, hearing about I forgot about the new bombshell's names, but the Dominican one. You know about the Dominican one. AKA, put the Dominican one up there. You know about her. It's going crazy right now. It is everything you can imagine, man. If you watch Big Brother, if you're a Big Brother fan, this is for you too. It's all a mix of all these shows, a little bit of something for everybody that likes these type of reality shows. It's drama, basically. It's a show where there's a group of guys and a group of girls just go. They're looking for love, looking for somebody to hook up with, looking for somebody to make a connection. And it's a little bit of something for everybody in the show too, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. Everybody tries everybody out a little bit until they find love. You match with somebody and you think the match is compatible. You stay in the game. I think America votes for the top couple and the top couple wins $100,000. I really don't know the premise of the show. I kind of just tuned in and binged watched episode 1 through 13. So I was told the show is daily. Shit happens every day, and maybe taking Wednesday and Sunday off for like an after review type of show. But every day we see some bullshit. If you guys know the Jeremiah and Hudda story, this girl with a baby, ladies, I know how hard it could be to meet a man with a baby, especially on a dating show, trying to drop that news to somebody and still manage for the guy or girl to keep the same feelings for you if you have a child. Some shit goes down with that, bro. Shit goes down. And just imagine a show where a guy is just sitting across the room and is looking at your girl and is like, I want your girl. Let me go pull her for a chat. Go take her for a chat, and then y'all just making out somewhere in the corners. You know what I'm saying? You know, get your girl snatching other dudes. Just like, damn, I gotta let this shit happen. I can't do nothing. It's a part of the show. You know? You know what I'm saying? First of all, I can never. This is why I'm vicariously living through these people on this show. It's amazing, man. There's booty shaking if you like that. There's gyrating if you like that. Girl and guy, man. I'm not just putting it out there for the girls to watch. I'm just putting it out there for the guys to watch. Just a little bit of booty shaking for everybody. Whatever kind of booty shaking you like, that kind of booty shaking is in that show. Me personally, I'm not a person who likes to see people publicly kissing shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the hidden cameras, seeing somebody doing a little something under the blankets, I think that's kind of funny. It's not necessarily porn, you know. People are like, are you watching porn? What the fuck? Nah, it's 2025 dating. These YNs and YWs, uh, they looking for love. They looking for love, and the way they do it, I cannot judge. I cannot judge. Me personally, I would not be kissing on everybody. You know, after COVID, I know they probably got tested and all that shit, but boys, too many salivas and spit swappings going on. It gets a little freaky feisty, but it's also not all about that. It's not all about that. The comedy of the situation. If you ever wanted to see a shit show of a relationship unfold right in front of you and you just laugh at what the fuck is unfolding, if you see, if you think it's funny when somebody is locked in with a girl or a guy for like 2 weeks, and then somebody fine as hell just walks past, and then they just get hella excited about the new person that's comes into the house and just completely forgets about the person that's sitting next to them. You see that person's face just drop. Oh my God. Oh my God. It shouldn't be funny, man. Nobody likes to see people get their heart broken. But you know, it's $400,000 a competition show, and the whole interactiveness and the whole togetherness of everybody offline. Like after the show goes off, you run immediately to social media, and you scroll TikTok, you scroll Instagram. Everybody has a feeling about the same shit you had a feeling about, man. This show, hey, bro, I don't know if I've seen a show this collective. Not saying the quality wise of the show, but I'm saying I don't know another show that has America in the palm of their hand since hot take Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. It, I know it's a hot take. I know it's a hot take. But if you go on social media now and not even ever hear the show, if you hear me mentioning this, if you're listening to this on your cell phone and they hear me mention Love Island, I guarantee the next time you pull up your algorithm on any social media, the next thing you'll see, Love Island, Love Island, Love Island. And then if you watch the show, the relatability of the questions and the scenes that everybody acts out so fast after the shit is just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Good on you, Peacock, man. Good on you. And my girl told me 23 episodes? I binged watched 1 through 13 in like a couple of days on Peacock while I was working. And I was like, damn, this season was crazy. It's like she's almost over. They're going to pick their couples, right? And she was like, nah, just wait until 10 more people come. 10 more people? 10 more people? What do you mean? They said the girls and the guys get to go to a villa where there's 10 more guys and girls. And if they like anything at the house, at the party, they can bring a girl or a guy back from the party to the house. Shit's gonna go down. Right after I get off this pod right here, guess what I'm about to watch? The NBA Finals, and then I'm gonna watch Love Island. I ain't gonna. Oh, you thought I was gonna say Love Island, nah, but the Liberty's playing. I'm gonna watch Love Island, and then I'm about to watch the final. What order? Don't worry about the order. You're gonna get it all done though to report back to y'all. But yes, I encourage. Sorry, I keep dropping my script, but I encourage everybody to watch. Do your thing. Watch the first couple of episodes. See if the personalities of Ace and Taylor and Nick, those are my favorite dude characters. Shelly, Adelina, is that the new Dominican girl? I don't know her name anymore. I'll be forgetting. And who else? Who do I like else I like as a girl? It's my top three. Shelly, Adelina. I'm gonna say Adelina. I don't know if that's her name. I like Hudda too. You know, I feel sorry for her that Jeremy kind of did her dirty in a way, but she is kind of crazy too. But you can't blame her. She holds her heart close to the vest because she wants the best for her daughter. I do kind of feel bad for her baby daddy though, because he gonna get dragged in social media just because she's doing her thing when she was twerking at the challenge. But anyway, let me move on a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about that as it unfolds. Let you guys catch up on it before I give too much away. Go watch that shit. But the real world is coming back. I talked about that. The challenge. I like to call it the real world. It used to be called Real World versus the Road World Challenge. You remember that? But then there was the Real World Challenge. Now it's just the challenge. But it's the challenge when I talk about that. When I say real world, that's what I'm talking about. New season. It's actually season 41 coming out July 17th. We're still pumping these out. Ain't no stop, ain't no quit. It's Viacom and MTV's best show besides fucking ridiculousness. So and Catfish. So you got to keep pumping them out. A lot of these people, same people, keep winning money. They keep bringing new people in. If new people win the money, these vets still hungry to win the money. So they coming back. To name a few: Johnny, CT, Leroy, Turbo, Nani, Anissa, CT, Car, Maria, Derek, Aviv, Olivia. I think I did see, who else did I see? I think Ashley's coming back. But it is called Vets versus New Threats. So I don't know if it's Love Island. I don't know what people are coming on, but these are all new faces I don't think we've ever seen before. So it's gonna be new drama. We got the vets in here now. Last season of the challenge, I think we just had like Cara, Maria, Nicole, and who's Devin, Leroy, and who's that girl from Survivor that was Devin's girlfriend, Michelle. Like, those were the vets. So, getting all these vets back, I see Anissa's in better shape. You know what I'm saying? She's finally, the last 2 seasons, she was in better shape and she can do shit. Hopefully she wins and gets a dub under her belt. She really needs it. Leroy definitely needs it. CT, don't go home early. I want to see you make a deep run. Producers, if you can make that happen, bring him back. Because me personally, CT or Johnny Bananas need to be the next host of the challenge once TJ Lavin wants to hang up the cleats, hang up the jersey. He's been doing great, but he probably could do this forever though. He's still kind of young. But if he ever wanted to hang up the cleats or pass on the baton, I'm sure Johnny Bananas or CT would love to do it. But seeing CT back, hopefully he can get some shit done. I'm excited, man. I like how they pump these out, and Survivor is probably gonna come out with another season too. We need this summertime television. We need this summertime cinema. We need all this shit to keep going. Especially again, I like to preach mental health. Cinema kind of takes me there. I was just talking the other day. We're gonna review 28 Years Later in a second. When I go to the movies, that's kind of like second to going to. It sounds weird, but another hot take. But Disneyland or amusement park to me, kind of like away from reality, in this space, dark and kind of in your own little world. Like the previews to when the Nicole Kidman, that bullshit ass little preview to the AMC shit. When that thing comes on, I feel like I'm in another mood, in another little mode. When you go into those motion rides at Disneyland, or you sit at the Bugs Life ride, I feel like I'm in there for an hour and a half, 2 hours now, enjoying cinema. So in TV shows, we got Ironheart coming out on the 24th. A lot of stuff coming out in August, TV show wise. But right now, it's all about the movies. And I'm really excited to talk movies with y'all. AKA, if you want to clip this one too, you can if you want. Let's just jump right the fuck into it. 28 Years Later, man. Just saw it. Saw it on Friday. I was sitting around hella bored. Off work. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Was like, should I just go to the movies so I can review this for the people? Should I just go to the movies and just go check out this new shit? Because every week something good's going to come out. We have a string of movies coming out. 28 Years Later came out. Elio, new Pixar movie, just came out. It's in theaters now. F1 comes out next week, the 27th. And after that, you got Jurassic World, Rebirth, July 2nd. Then Superman, July 11th. Then Fantastic Four, July 25th. All these movies, cinema worthy, coming out back to back to back. We're fed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me start this chain off right. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, let's get right into the movies. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this shit started. I did want to see Elio, but you can't see that over 28 years later. But hot take, I wish I have. I'm sorry. It may have been too long since I seen 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later and all that shit, but I expected more from the movie. Spoiler alert, before I go into it, I'm doing a Lydell style review. I'm not gonna get too in details, and I probably won't go in orders. And I damn sure ain't gonna know character names. Actually, let me pull it up right now. Let me be official for y'all for once in these reviews. Hold on. Let me go ahead and boom, boom, 28 years later. Yes, 28 years later, directed by by Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland. That's who I probably should have some beef with. Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and let's see, who else was it? Where's Spike at? Where is that? Where's Spike at? Older dude. Jimmy, Sister Jimmy. Oh, Spike, yeah. Alfie Williams is who basically stars in the movie with him. Again, it's 28 years after the outbreak. I watched 28 days later today, the beginning of it anyways. And it looked like it all started from they were testing on monkeys and they're in a lab and the monkey got out, bit a reporter, blah blah blah. And the virus spread out there, and I think it was in Ireland or Dublin or some shit like that, Dublin, Ireland. Um, so basically, this picks up like 28 years after that. Everybody turned into zombies. The outbreak spread. They have this community on this island out there in Ireland across the water that's only accessible at low tide. And they have it tied off like, post-apocalyptic type shit. You ain't getting in. We got this shit barbed up with crossbows and all kind of shit like this. You walk through this line, you get smoked. This is for our community only type shit. So we're in this type of thing. We see this little boy and Aaron Taylor Johnson and, living in the house with his mom. His mom is sick and tripping upstairs. At the beginning we're like, oh, is she a zombie? But no, she's just upstairs in the bed. Look like she's bedridden all the time, has fevers and nightmares and shit, and doesn't really get out of bed. Um, but I guess in this episode or in this movie was the first day that Spike, the son of Aaron Taylor Johnson, was gonna go out and kill a zombie for the first time. He has to go to the mainland to do it, and the mainland's where all the zombies are. The zombies and shit are crazy out there, running wild, all kind of weird ass zombies. But Aaron Taylor Johnson thinks it's time for his son at 12 years old to go out there and kill some zombies. And once they get to the mainland, as you can imagine, shit goes down. Shit goes down. The boy wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he kills his first zombie, but Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, kind of being stupid, isn't really aware of his surroundings while taking the sun out. So he almost gets bit by a zombie. And little shit happens here and there. They get chased around. They venture way into the mainland for some reason. I don't get it. If you know you have to be back before high tide, because if you don't make it by high tide, you have to stay on the mainland and they can't come get you. We're not traveling that fucking far into the island. But anyways, basically, this whole movie, goddammit, is about this little boy learning how to kill zombies and face his fear. Okay, the score and the music and shit, flashbacks and cool little, shots they had were cool in this movie. But the storyline, I'm sorry, unpopular opinion if you want, but this is Best of Bias, my show. Hey, I don't like it, bro. It was dumb to me. The whole thing was about him and his son going to kill their first zombies, and of course they get stuck on the island and go through all kind of shit. Kind of Last of Us ish, you know what I mean? Um, After they get stuck on the island, it goes through a whole bunch of scenes of, as you would guess, the son being too scared to make moves and kill zombies. There's kid zombies out there. He doesn't want to kill them. He hesitates when trying to help his dad fend off a horde of zombies. Yeah, shit just goes down. They end up getting chased into the attic of a house. For some reason, there's hordes of deer that run around. There might be zombie deers. I don't know. They're in a house hiding and collapse, which caused them to have to run more. They're running from a horde of zombies, and the zombies have this big ass motherfucking buff ass zombie called an alpha, who's pretty much the person they're running from the whole fucking the whole fucking movie. They can kill regular zombies hella easily by shooting them in the neck or heart, but these alphas are motherfucking 8 feet tall. Excuse me, 8 feet tall, muscle bound motherfuckers that you can't kill easily. That just go around ripping people's heads off with their spines, and just for some reason that's what they like to do. That was their calling card. We're gonna come up to you, rip off your head, and have your spine attached, and just stick it to a tree or some bullshit. Like, I don't know if he even eats people, the alpha. And for some reason, this director really was like, hey, let's get all these zombies for real, just in their natural habitat, naked as fuck. There's ding-a-ling swinging, there's titties out. There's a scene where a zombie gives birth to a baby that's somehow not infected, that they decide to keep, which is crazy. And which is even stupider is once they actually do make it back to where they're going after getting chased by an alpha and them killing the alpha, this fool, the son Spike, finds out that there's this crazy doctor in the woods that lives in seclusion because he's fucking crazy. And I guess his dad saw him one day with a whole bunch of dead bodies lined up, and it was fucking creepy. Basically the snowman from Home Alone. Don't really know his backstory. Just scared of him just because of rumors and shit. So basically they get back home and the mom is hella sick and they're like, fuck. Oh, actually they get back home. This is what happened. They get back home and they're having a party. They're like, oh yeah, Spike killed these zombies, hella zombies. Knowing that he really didn't. He was scared as fuck, just being a little bitch the whole time, and his dad had to stick up for him the whole time. But he told everybody when he got back, cause everybody knew he was going out for his first hunt, that he told everybody that he did a great job, killed a whole bunch of zombies that was chasing him. He was the man of the hour. Everybody's partying, drinking at the party for him, and then Spike kind of slips off and sees his dad slipping off. And he sees his dad cheating on his mom with another girl, eating her out and all kinds of nasty, doing the nasty work. His son witnessed that whole thing, ran home to be with his mom, told on him right away. Actually, she didn't tell on him though. The son, he had a little mental fortitude to him because he knew his mom couldn't handle it. Because his mom didn't even want him going to do the hunt, so she didn't even know she was kind of dealing with dementia and she was tripping. So after he goes up there and bees with his mom during the party, his dad comes in hella drunk and tries to go to bed type shit. And the son was like, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. I saw what you was doing. Is you about to be, is you about to be fucking with that girl all the time now? Is that what's going on? And dad was like, mind your business. Don't be talking like that. Watch your mouth. And son pulled out a knife on him. He was like, what's good? What's good? If you gonna be like that, get the fuck away from me. Get out of here. I ain't trying to see you. You know what I'm saying? You're a cheater. You don't deserve my mother type shit. You know what I'm saying? So the dad runs out, hella mad. Do you know this little man decides, mom is sick. The doctor's out there. I think that doctor will be able to help my mom. Let's sneak out at low tide with the sick mom to where all the zombies are to try to find this goddamn doctor. Little kid, you barely made it back with your capable dad. You think you're gonna sneak out there with your crazy dementia mom? And you're gonna make it to this doctor and make it there safely at that. As you can imagine, they run into some shenanigans the whole way there. But along the way, they do run into the doctor. He's painted all in iodine, looks hella crazy. But of course, as you would imagine, he's not crazy. He just paints himself in iodine, so he doesn't get attracted, he's not attractive to the zombies. And the reason why he's always seen with bodies and lined up bodies, all the fucking zombies and the people that he kills, he fucking burns them all and collects their bones. And you walking through a mausoleum of all these bone structures of all the people that have passed. And there's this big ass statue, which you see on the billboard for the movie, or the poster for the movie, a whole stack of skulls. And they're all the people that he's, collected, that have died, that he's burned, collected their bones, made a mausoleum for them, and put all their skulls on this little totem to remember those bodies and those people that have died in kind of a religious kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So this whole time, everybody thought he was crazy, just burning random bodies. It was just people that have died or zombies that he's killed to, uh, to, uh, to make this remembrance type of deal. And it was crazy, man, because along the way, Spike and his mom came along this soldier who was hella funny, helping him out. This fool got bit hella fast, had to got killed. And actually, no, he didn't get bit. He got his head ripped off by the alpha, grabbed his dome and pulled his spine out. The doctor carried his spine all the way back to the mausoleum, boiled his head. Hey, go put his head on the statue. Find a spot for him on the mausoleum. It was kind of nuts. Spike just going through it. Dude he met 5 minutes ago. Now you got his baked down skull in your hands. Nuts. Anyways, they find the doctor, and basically the doctor tells Spike that his mom has cancer. Yeah. All that shit they did was for naught. Basically, she had cancer that was terminal, and they felt like lumps in her breast and some other shit they found inside of her, knowing that she was gonna die. All that shit they did, sneaking out, doing all this, finding a baby, just to have the mom ultimately being told she ends up dying, that she's gonna be dying, knowing that she's gonna end up dying. The doctor's like, okay, we can put her out of her misery, tranquilizes her, kills her, burns her body, and brings the fucking skull to the sun. Go find a place on the totem. Go place her on the thing. She'd love it this way. You brought your mom all the way out here just to die. I know she was tripping in the bed, but I know there were some good times, and she probably would have died eventually. But you brought her out there to ultimately just end up getting killed and dying. At the end of the movie, bruh just Spike ends up taking the baby back to the colony, writes a note to his dad, tells him what happened to his mom. Mom had cancer. She's no longer alive. She died. Here's a baby we found. We brought the baby out of an infected. She's not infected. Like, they're just gonna believe that with no explanation from you. Like, do you think they would have really kept the baby? That came from an infected. They would have threw that baby in the water. Not saying that's the right thing to do, but that's what they would have did. And then he was like, actually, also, I'm not gonna come back, so don't come looking for me. I'm gonna stay out here for a while. Okay, so you're just gonna stay out there as a kid and just run away from zombies for the rest of your life? Hmm. So I mean, it's kind of leading up to a sequel. I know he's probably gonna end up being a badass that grew up in the Badlands, who knows everything now. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson's gonna come meet up with him later, and the kid's probably gonna be grown. Yeah, I get it, but personally, I think it was a lot of build up for a whole lot of nothing. Once I realized that they're gonna be in the woods with the dad for most of the movie, and then right after it built up just to the mom dying, I was like, "You motherfuckers, bro!" I didn't care if there was an end credit scene. I got up and just walked the fuck out. And I was like, "All right, bro, this better not be a start to a trend." I was excited for this goddamn movie, but then I realized maybe I didn't watch the 28 weeks, 28 days as thoroughly. I need to go back and watch that to understand why they did this one that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're all little mini stories of how people dealt with the infection and the widespread spreadness of the infection, but bro, I don't get it. But anyways, that's it for that review. I'm sorry if that was a bad review, but it was not much happened in that 2 hour span, man. They made zombies look a little different. You know what I'm saying? They showed a lot of dicks and a lot of titties. If that's your bag, you like the zombie penis and the zombie tits and zombies giving birth really graphically. Uh, but otherwise, man, I would have to give it like a 6 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be nice and give it a 6.5 out of 10. Um, yeah, it wasn't really good, bro. It wasn't really good. I watched The Amateur as well. Go check that out in theaters if you can. That was definitely better. Um, but yeah, F1 next week. I'm sure it's gonna be a million times better, and I can't wait to see that. But yeah, I was left a little disappointed for 28 years later. I thought it was gonna be dope. So if you guys can save some money and you guys don't have to see it, wait till it comes out on streaming and check that shit out because I saw it in laser too. I didn't have no recliner seats. I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it for the cheap. They didn't. That's how you know it wasn't gonna be good. When they ain't got it in IMAX, the only IMAX times they have is 6 and 9 o'clock for the whole day. Yeah, it's bad. But anyways, this is the end of the pod. Where I let them know where you can find me at. It's SAC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Best of Bias on the Instagram, Best of Bias on the YouTube. Just Best of Bias anywhere you see Crawley, Growly. That's where your homie is. 240 plus episodes on YouTube. Check us out. New music coming soon. Working on verses with AKA. AKA is doing all the back end work. He's the greatest, man. If you can, go check out his Instagram. Show some love over there. Check out his music on SoundCloud. Run it up for him because he's doing this. He's been doing this for years for the F and just helping the team expand, helping us stay afloat. Without him, I don't know where the pod would be. So again, I always like to give a thanks to him at the end of the pod. If you want to be on the pod, holla at me, man. I do this weekly. You know what I'm saying? I may start doing a little, I don't know. I don't want to stop doing it weekly because there's so much content I have that I can just provide to y'all. It doesn't hurt me at all to put it out. But if you guys want me to slow down a little bit to give you guys some time to digest the information, just let me know. If you want to be on the pod, let me know. If there's topics you want to hear, let me know. You know where to find me at. You know how to get at me. Hit the Instagram, like the posts, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube and all that jazz. And shout out everybody out there, man. I know we are in times of unknown. The whole Iran thing, the bombing of the nuclear sites by Donald Trump in the USA, puts us in scary times right now. I know times are kind of shaky and people are getting scared. And if we are on the brink of the next world war, just know I will be here to, kind of still present the news and try to keep you guys in the best mind state possible. We'll get through this together. Hopefully we're all worried about nothing. I know lives were lost regardless, and war is not right regardless. And I know it's kind of selfish to say as long as we're safe, all the other lives that were lost in that Iranian bombing were irrelevant. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I just don't want media to freak everybody out and put us in a crazy spot to where we start doing crazy shit like we did during COVID, buying up shit at the store that doesn't need to be bought up, just treating each other wrong based on shit that we don't know what's happening for sure. I know we don't have beliefs that may align at all times. I know that we might fight at all times. Of course, we have differing views all the time. Well, not all the time, but a lot of the time. But now I think it's time for togetherness. We need to be mindful, look out for each other, and just be ready for anything that can happen. Just love one another. Make sure you tell everybody you love them. Make sure you're staying in contact with your loved ones, making sure everything's okay. And just hold on tight because we don't know what's going to happen. But like I said, I will be here for y'all to keep y'all, give y'all peace of mind. Though this episode may be late, whatever day I'll drop the pods to keep us out there live streaming. Check me out on Twitch, Lydell_Dinero. We everywhere. So you know where to find me if you need me. So without further ado, where that theme song at is Best of Bias Podcast, episode 248, season 3. Theme song's right here. Let's get right to it. It's your boy Lydell Dinero. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Happy 4th of July to y'all. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias.